Do you know that TikTok trend that's like the person sitting in the back of the cop car?
Yeah, I saw that. Oh my god, I have to be real. Hold on.
It's a good time to be real.
Yeah. Yay! Oh, you look crazy. It's morphing your head. What's up, guys? It's Sam and Taylor.
And we want you to put your shoes on,
Pop open that energy drink,
and go.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I am Sam.
And I'm Taylor. I'm going to preface this episode really quick right off the bat, not wasting any of my time. If you're any of our family, just click out.
Yeah, don't listen to this episode.
Yeah, we're going to go deep girl talk, probably the most we've ever shared on the internet, probably stuff we shouldn't share on the internet, but we're going to share it on the internet anyways. Why not?
100%. I don't care.
So, yeah, we're just getting really deep, raw, and real. So, just putting that out there first. But now let's just go into our little catch-up and our exciting news. Because we had quite the day.
I know. We have had such a quiet day. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are probably just popping onto the podcast because they just really want to hear what the announcement is. Because I said on my Instagram story, I was like, yo, listen to the podcast if you want to know what the announcement is. But basically, drum roll, please.
For the last year, pretty much exactly a year.
Yes.
This is really hitting the 1 year mark because we started this right when I moved in, and I moved in basically a year ago. We have been working on a fitness app.
It's so crazy.
Fitness subscription app. We've been working on it like so much, like working with developers, lots of time, lots of money, lots of stress,
crying, tears,
lots of everything has been going into this, and we've been keeping it on the low just because we didn't know, like, you know, things go wrong, things happen.
Yes,
but it's almost done.
It's almost done. We don't have a launch date quite yet, but we are probably in like the 1 month range of being able to launch the app. So we want to kind of just announce it now so that way we can hype it up, answer any questions you guys have, and just get like it kind of rolling. Like,
yeah,
it's been a while, and like Taylor said, a year. But we're really excited. There is around 9 programs in the app, and it will be able to adjust to anybody based on your lifestyle, whether you're at home, you have a full gym, you have dumbbells only, you have dumbbells and barbells only, you name it. And it's basically programmed to our style of training, which is amazing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so excited to finally get back into my like passion, and that is getting other girls into the gym, helping them reach their fitness goals. So this is just step 1 into our big dreams / goals that we have for ourselves with our brand.
Yeah, so the Fitness Uncensored app will be on the App Store, like available to download. We already got approved by Apple, which is a really big step in the process. We are approved by Apple. As soon as we're ready to go with the stuff on our side, it is ready to go on the App Store side, and you guys can like download it and use all the features. We're going to go in depth in a different episode. Maybe we could do a Q&A on the pod.
We'll do like a mini episode.
A mini like little Q&A maybe.
Yes.
Saying all the features, but that's just what it is. We'll post the Instagram so they can start
follow the Instagram.
It already exists.
Yeah,
so.
we've had the Instagram around for about like 3 months now.
Yeah.
And I was low-key scared because I made the Instagram. I was like, people are going to find this. Luckily, no one found it.
Yeah, no one found it.
So that's
I just literally spilled water all
over
like, myself.
I don't know. I am so excited to finally do this and be able to do training again because, you know, Taylor and I, we first started with everything in terms of fitness. Like, we were online personal trainers, but now we're able to do that in a more wide, like, reach of girls. So it's going to be nice.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's really cool. Today we shot all of the video demos and a little bit of extra, like, promo content. But we did all the video demos. It was a workout and a half, let me tell you. It was nonstop reps. Just getting demo stuff. We're dead, and now we're here. But we did that today. And that was kind of one of the last steps. Like, the last big step. Mm-hmm. So now that that's done, it's really, like, we're just waiting for the okay.
The go ahead, yeah. So that's our big news, and we hope you guys are just as excited as we are. We're going to make this into a very big, like, community and work out together. hold each other accountable. You know the deal. But
Yeah, we'll document from here on out every bit of the process. From here on out, we'll definitely keep you guys updated and whatnot, since you guys have been in the dark and secret for a year.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, fun, exciting.
I know. That has been something that we literally booked that studio appointment about a week ago, and then we've been just like looking forward to that all week. We didn't really drink or do anything crazy this past week. I've been wanting to take a break. The last 2 months, I have been drinking twice a week nonstop, and that is so unlike me. So this past weekend, we had a chill weekend. We went to a massive pool party on a rooftop and did not drink a single sip of alcohol, which felt nice. But then, you know, when it comes to the point when everyone's hammered and you're just like, okay, I need to get out of here because I'm sober. And I'm like, I need to get out of here because then the people are like asking me to do stupid things and just do all these. I'm just like, no, I want my bed. I want my dog. We made food too and went to bed. That's pretty much what it was.
And honestly, I was telling Sam earlier how I don't want to drink this weekend. Listen, I'll socialize. Like, I did one sober night out, and was it the most fun? Obviously not, but I saved a lot of money and I wasn't tired or hungover, so that's a win. I'm like, I'll go, I'll socialize. I just don't feel the need right now to drink. I feel like in this like point of my life, my priorities are work, getting my mental health in check.
Of course.
Those two things. And I think drinking
It's
does
not helping,
the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like, not drinking on Saturday, that Sunday was like the best day of my freaking life. Woke up early, got shit done. Like, before noon, I like hung a TV on my wall, got a coffee, like had myself a morning. And I was like, this is a Sunday. Like, yes, sometimes I like rolling out of bed, like Uber Eatsing, like being tired. Like, that's fun sometimes. But in this, what I'm trying to accomplish in my life right now, and like my goals for my life right now, that doesn't align. So I think I just need to not fall into like peer pressure or like, you know, when it's like in the moment, it seems like a good idea, but it's like, I can handle a little bit of FOMO of being sober on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And like, actually not be anxious, like not be like like. And
our friends are also crazy too. Like, you think they're going out until midnight and going home? No, that's not the case. They're going out until like 3 to maybe 5 in the morning. And I don't even do that anyway. Like, I've never done that while being here. Like, I used to do it at home with my friends at home, like no problem. But here it's a little bit different. Like, I'm in a not massive city, but like I'm in a city and everyone lives in different areas. Like, if I was at home, like everyone lived down the street from each other, but I can't do that. And the other day, one of our friends, I was walking at the park and they're like, that's where the true friendships happen. Is like those late night sessions back at like the apartments, like venting and just like getting to know each other deep on another level. I'm like, yeah, no, but I don't think I can keep my eyes open past like 2 in the morning. And
it's like, for me, that's what I was gonna say. That's not where the deep friendships are gonna happen, because I'm probably gonna be really like irritable. Like, I'm not fun at that point. Like, I'm gonna be like, I want to leave, I want to go. Like,
no, 100%. And I know there's some people listening right now and you're like, no, like, I think the complete opposite of you, and that's totally okay. Like, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you the happiest, do it. But for us, I like to do the midnight Irish goodbye. Safely, though. You got to tell at least one friend that you're leaving and share your location with some of your friends that are still there so that they know you're getting back safe. Because I had the mistake a few weeks ago where I only told one person. None of them had my locations and they were freaking the fuck out. But so this coming weekend, I don't even think I'm going to go out. We're going to LA this coming week from the 23rd to the 26th. So that's another reason I don't really want to like go crazy this week, because I want to be in check for like this LA trip. And I feel like when I do go out and drink, it takes me like at least like 2 to 3 days to recover.
Literally.
So
no, literally 100%. Agreed. I wasn't going to go to LA, and then last minute made the decision to go because the flights were cheap. And I was like, fuck it, it's not that long of a trip. So
also, big announcement that I don't know if we made it last episode, but we are both now off birth control.
Yes, I think we do it?
Nope, that was the episode that we pre-recorded.
Oh, yes, we pre-recorded an episode. Yeah, today is my day 5 off birth control. I'm doing little mini updates on my TikTok about it. So far, so good. Obviously, it's only the first 5 days, so not much to say, but there's nothing negative to say yet, so.
Yeah, I think another reason, too, that I'm, like, kind of decreasing my alcohol this month and next month is just because also I kind of want to be like really in tune with my body.
100%.
And like I don't want to be like, oh my God, like I'm so fucking bloated this week, or I'm so like I'm breaking out like crazy this week. And when it could have possibly have been the alcohol or like the drunk food I ate, like you never know. So I just want to be really in tune with myself.
That's a great point, because something I'm trying to look at with the birth control thing too is my acne and my mental health.
Yeah.
But big, like both are big, but I think let's say for like acne, like I want to be on my grind. I'm not really drinking energy drinks, like being like really on my grind. So that way, like eating really quote unquote clean, like really trying to be good so I can really see what's making the difference. And like trying to be really strict on that. And then obviously for mental health too, I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, but I'm so anxious today. Like, girl, is it because you blacked out?
Yeah.
Like
No, of course. So I mean, obviously I'm gonna know my like limits when I'm going out. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I will drink. I will have a few drinks here and there, but I'm not gonna be crazy with it. I think I really just want to see what's going on and how my body's gonna respond. I am going cold turkey with this entire experience. I'm not really doing much to change it. I just kind of hopped off after my last pack ended. Taylor did as well. But I mean, if I start to notice like anything, maybe like I'll start to experiment with adding in like random stuff. But as of right now, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good too.
It's like the mental approach with it too. Like you need to be like, I'm fucking doing this. I'm cold turkeying it, and I'm just gonna see what happens. Like if you're like already a little bit anxious about it, then maybe for your own like mental game, like do some other things to kind of like calm yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I think with that, this is kind of a good segue into the episode if you want, unless we have anything that we want to talk about.
Unless we want to do a high and low of the week, but I don't really have one. I've been like feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. So
Yay!
let's get into the episode. This episode is gonna be so juicy. Taylor doesn't even know the questions you guys asked. I wrote them down on my phone.
I looked over the Q&A, like the notes, because I knew we had put the question box up like 2 days ago, so obviously it would go away. So I screenshotted a bunch just in case, like the question box went away and like we didn't have them or whatever. But Sam like specifically picked a bunch and wrote them down. So I'm like, I feel like you're just gonna, it's like you're interviewing me.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
know.
Because I don't even know what's gonna.
We're gonna start off really juicy. So I have them in categories.
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna start really tame and get juicier.
No.
Okay.
So we're starting. So we have categories. So the categories are gonna be first time sex. Next category is gonna be sex talk. All sex talk. Next category is gonna be the talking stage. We have a lot of questions about the talking stage with guys. Next one's going to be relationships. And then the last one is going to be ex-boyfriends. And leaving with a bang, OnlyFans. All right, first one. Did you regret your first time? I did. I first did. But now I'm grateful that I learned from the experience.
I'm going to say yes, in the sense that I wish it was a like more thought about, more like intimate thing. My first time was terrible.
I'm going to say I don't regret it because mine was so spontaneous and it's honestly a story to tell. Like,
Tell it.
Yeah, I know. That's another bullet point.
Okay,
our
I
first
was
time
like,
story.
you can't
I'll
say.
jump right into my first time story. So, first time story, I honestly can't really remember how old I was, but it was with my first boyfriend. So, like, we had already been dating. Like, I already had, like, a really good developed relationship with him. I was so comfortable with him. We had pretty much done everything. Well, not everything, but, like, everything leading up to, like, you know, the intercourse of sex. So what happened to be on a vacation in Martha's Vineyard, and his family has a house in Martha's Vineyard as well. So I was renting a house there, and his family lives there. And every night we were going out, just like if you live in the Cape or if you've ever gone on like an island vacation in the United States, like you kind of know, like it's a small town vibes. Like you go downtown, you walk around. And we were young, so we weren't really, like, drinking.
Ice cream.
Yes. So, like, I wasn't really drinking or anything, but the funny thing is, we were all hanging out. It was, like, 15 of us, like, young kids, and we had to, like, tell the parents, like, we were doing something. So we were like, why don't we tell them we're playing Manhunt? So we tell the parents we are playing Manhunt, okay? And my best friend at the time is in on the game. Like, she's prepared. She's, like, making this happen because she had her first time before me, and we were best friends at the time. She's like, you need to have your first time, like it's gonna happen, like we're doing it, we're scheduling it. So I am ready for this Manhunt game, And I just went to the beach in Martha's Vineyard. And Martha's Vineyard beaches are literally a strip of beach sand and then a massive rock wall behind it. So I'm just sitting against the rock walls at the beach in the middle of the dark. Like, it's like probably 9:30 at night. And my boyfriend at the time, he comes find me. And like, we had this plan. Like, we didn't even say it to each other that we knew we were doing this. But like, we knew we were doing it. So basically, we just started like making out, and I like looked at him straight in the fucking face. I'm like, I'm so nervous right now. Like, I don't know what to do. And he was like super nice about it. He was super comfortable. He was like, don't worry. Like, I'm here for you. Like, I got this. Like, we're doing this together, because it was both our first time. Taylor, I don't even know if I've ever told you this story. Have I?
Your first time was on the beach?
Yeah.
That's like incredible.
I know. So I'm so sorry if you listen to this. This is so bad. But anyway, it doesn't matter, because the whole point of this episode is that we're just putting everything on the internet. So I am making out with him, whatever. And then it finally comes to the point where he's like, all right, let's do it. Let's go for it. And I literally, the first like interaction of like him and I like touching each other, I was like, holy shit. Like, I think this is going to hurt. Like, I'm so nervous right now. This is going to hurt like a bitch. And we're like struggling kind of. It's like awkward. Like, he's kind of like struggling to get it in there. And I'm like, oh no, like, this is gonna hurt. And when he like did, you know, like when we first started going, like the first interaction, I screamed at the top of my lungs, it hurts like a fucking knife. No, like dead ass. Like, that's like my blatant memory of the entire experience. And I was like, it hurts like a fucking knife. I feel like I'm being stabbed with a knife. And guys, like, I'm just letting you know right now, it's not that scary, I promise. Like, I just was not expecting it to like be like that. Like, the first time, like, it's just like, you know, I'm not used to it. And then like we started to like do it, whatever. It lasted maybe 10 seconds. Like, it was very short yet. Claps all around. And, you know, I was wearing a dress, I believe, too. So it made it pretty easy. But for him, he was wearing belted shorts. So like when we like finished, oh, that's another thing too. We had like 3 missed calls because one of the moms was like freaking out about like how I was missing. Because I don't know. I guess I was just gone when I shouldn't have been.
Hiding
I know.
in the manhunt.
Yeah, I was hiding in manhunt. And so she had been calling me, and I missed the calls. So then the parents definitely fucking knew. Like, I wonder to this day if they knew that was like going on. But yeah, I put my dress back how it needed to be. He put his pants back on, and then we just kind of like worked our way back into the group of like the park, because Martha's Vineyard has like this massive park with benches and like paths and stuff. So we were just made our way back to the group, and we're like, hey guys, and just like never talked about it for the rest of the night.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Mine's not really interesting. Mine just like sucked, like almost to the point where I don't even know if my first time like even really counted. Like, I feel like the second time was actually like the first time, but it was my first boyfriend in high school. He was very like a pushy kind of like let's just like do like
a pushover.
No, like pushy, like just wanted to do like sexual things just to do it, and it was never like properly like done. Like no like care for like
intimate.
Me. Yeah. Okay. So he was just like it was kind of just like we should like do it now. We're about to go out with this whole family. His whole family's home. Like it's like the middle of the day. Like we're about to go to lunch. Okay. Like everyone's home. Like whatever. But there's 2 stories in this house. So his mom's like upstairs. But his little brother's downstairs. And like it's so quick and rushed. Like we didn't even do really like much before at all. Like before actually just like get into it. And like not even fully all the way like undressed. Like I still have like a shirt on. Like
well, I mean, I had my clothes on too.
Yeah, but you were like in public. And
that's so true, guys. Don't get naked in public.
And it hurts like a motherfucker. Probably because we didn't like do anything before. Like this.
Yo, wait, hold on. We're like scaring our audience right now. They're gonna be like, first time.
They're fine. And so like it hurt like a motherfucker, and then his little brother walks in the room. And I'm like, oh shit. So then it just kind of ended right then and there. Like literally wasn't long at all.
So that doesn't count.
But like it did happen.
It did happen, but like in a way it doesn't count because like
so it's like that's why like I feel like I never had like a like because
Yeah.
like it did happen like that, like it did happen, but it wasn't like he just sucked so
Here's my
bad.
thing with this entire
Like I wish
thing.
it was an actual like
Yeah. My take with like the whole first time sex thing, because like going into the next question, how do you guys know if you're ready for your first time? My thought process is if you're doing it young like we were, like you're not really quote unquote ready. Like it's not intimate. It's not like you're just kind of doing it to get your first
it's just
time
if you
out.
feel comfortable.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable, of course. But like in a sense, it's like at that age, I feel like it's never really like actually intimate, you know, because like you don't like
You don't
at
know
that
what the-
age. At that age, like I'm not like I love you, like you're like
yeah.
a little kid that has like a massive crush on your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like it's not mature. It's not, of course it's intimate, like
We also just
physically,
don't know
but
what you're doing.
yeah, you just don't know what you're doing as well. So obviously everyone's stages in life are totally different in terms of like being ready. I would just say like, if you don't want it to be with a stranger, obviously do it with your boyfriend for the first time. But also, there's these stories I hear of girls doing it with someone they don't know for their first time. And that's the best fucking thing they could do because they feel so, like, uncomfortable or,
Right.
like, maybe not super confident. And if you do it with a stranger, you're never going to see them again, so it doesn't really matter.
Right. I think it's more so just if you're comfortable in the sense that it's like, do you think you'd really regret it or not? Like, in that, like, I don't have a very, to me, like, my first time, like, losing your virginity, not a huge thing to me. Obviously, like, a little bit serious,
Yeah.
but it's not something that, like, is, like, make or break to me, like,
No, not at
morally,
all.
like, at all. So, for me, it was, like, this is my boyfriend, like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't bother, like, I like him, doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not gonna, like, regret it. I regret it in the sense that I wish it was, like, better, but I don't regret, like,
Yeah.
the fact that I, like, lost my virginity. It's just if, like, you're gonna be comfortable with it and not really regret it.
Yeah, I just don't think it needs to be something where you're like overthinking it like crazy. If you are overthinking it like crazy, then
Then you're
maybe
probably
you're
not.
not ready.
Yeah.
So just like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like it's gonna come, it's gonna happen. You're gonna be in the right situation, right time, right place, and like if it happens, it happens. So that's just my take on it. And obviously, everyone like has different like religious standpoints on it as well. So
Yeah, I would agree though that if you're overthinking it, you're not ready because I didn't think about it much.
yeah,
I
neither did
almost didn't think about it like at all.
Yeah, if anything, like my best friend at the time, like literally planned it out for me. I was just like, yeah, sure, like I'll go play Manon. But let's get into like the sex talk questions. They're kind of gonna be a little bit all over the place because it's a big category of questions. But first up, birth control. Let's talk about it. Did it affect our sex drive at all? And what do you want to say?
I don't know if it was the birth control for me or if it's just like other life.
That's what I was gonna
things.
say.
I have no idea because I've been on it for so long.
Yeah,
Like
I wouldn't know what my sex drive is off of birth control.
100%. So I think it's more so like just like my mood swings that like cause it at times, and
Yeah.
my mood swings might lessen the fact that I'm off birth control. So I really
We'll
couldn't
let you know
say.
soon, though.
Yeah, I really couldn't say. I guess we'll let you know.
But I would say, like, if you have a low sex drive, which there are a lot of questions about that, like, we get questions, does working out affect your sex drive? All of these. And my biggest takeaway with low sex drive is making sure you are not overtraining and you are not under eating. Because for me, at least, when I was in my relationship with my ex-boyfriend, I did have a low sex drive, like, literally to the point where my ex-boyfriend, when we were breaking up, literally told my entire town that I had a broken vagina. And that was like the most devastating, like embarrassing thing that anyone could have ever said. Because you're just like, it's such a vulnerable state you're
Yeah.
in. And that was just like the word around town is that I had a quote unquote broken vagina. And for me, I was under eating, I was overtraining, and I had no drive to do anything. Sex, talk to people. I was angry 24/7. It was just not a good state in my life. So maybe take another, like, obviously if you are taking birth control, that could be a factor, but take into consideration all the other aspects.
Yeah. I think also something to note, don't get like gaslighted by your boyfriend into thinking you have a low sex drive if his is just like absurdly high.
Yeah.
Like if that's all they're trying to do with you and you are like, I'd rather not 7 times a week, maybe like less than that, like maybe not every single day. That's not like you having a low sex drive. You just don't want to feel like you're just being used for like don't let a boyfriend like gaslight you.
Yeah, you
into,
shouldn't
like thinking that.
like you shouldn't. This is a huge problem I had with my ex-boyfriend is that every single time we hung out, I felt like we needed to have
Obligated.
sex. Like I felt like every time I was with him, like it was something that was going to happen. And a lot of times, like one, like obviously, like I just said, I didn't have a sex drive, so I didn't want to be doing it. And I was just in a state where it was like, okay, well, I kind of feel like I have to because he wants it. And it's like,
Right.
you should never let your relationship or even yourself get to that point where like, okay, I have to do it for him. Okay. Like realize that, kind of take a step back from the relationship. If you are, like Taylor said, having sex like 6 to 7 days a week, I don't really think that's like needed, especially because, I mean, obviously if you're fucking enjoying it, go balls to the walls, go 7 days a week. Like, I don't care. But like, if it's something where you're like, holy shit, like I'm doing this way too much, then take a step back from that, because a year from now, if you're still having sex 7 days a week, like you're going to get drained, in my opinion. If you start talking to someone and you go into the relationship having like crazy sex, and then toward the end of the relationship, it like kind of slows down, which is what happened for me. Like I was enjoying it like a lot, but then toward the end of our relationship, it just like, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I'm still unlearning from my like toxic, horrible ex-boyfriend, or just like toxic random times with boys you're just like talking to that you don't need to. And I've been like in a committed 3-year relationship, and I still will get in my head about like and I'm like making it up.
Mhm.
Like it took me a while to be like, oh, like you can have a sleepover and like
not have sex.
yeah,
That's,
that
like, another
took me a
thing,
while,
too.
and that wasn't even like a pressure from like him. It was like an internal thing of me feeling like I needed to, from the way other people have treated me.
Yeah.
Like thinking it was right, and then me being like, oh, I guess like it's fine.
Yeah, like we have one of our good girlfriends. I was actually having a conversation with her the other day, and she's been talking to a guy, and the guy, like every single time they've been hanging out, going out, like they're not even doing anything. Like they're sleeping in the same bed, and I feel like that's like a very big factor that I will definitely be taking into consideration with my next boyfriend or anyone that I like commit myself to, is that can we be in a bed together and he's not
Right.
trying to pull that move. Like I feel like there needs to be like boundaries in a sense, or kind of not like intentions, because intention is the wrong word I'm kind of looking for, because I don't know, but like,
Well, yeah, because some guys are scummy, and their intention, they think doing that the first night will give them like
Yeah.
a leg up to
No,
do it the
100%.
second and third. So their intentions can still be bad, but it's just personal, and like it's also like a love language type thing.
yeah, I feel, yeah, 100%. Everyone's definitely different, but yeah. So next one is gonna be: do you guys sleep with someone on the first date? Kind of going into that one. So I think here's my take on this. I feel like I have a little bit more of like experience with this than Taylor, but obviously Taylor,
Yeah.
please put your input in. But
Yeah, no, I definitely have my opinion. Like if
Yeah.
I was single, what my opinion would
100%.
be.
So my take on this is that, what is your intention with that date?
Mm-hmm. That's what I was
If
gonna
your
say.
intention with the date is you literally just want to have a hookup, then yeah, why not? But if your intention with the date is like, I want to get to know this guy, I want him to maybe be my potential boyfriend, then maybe take things slow. But I have 100% been on dates where I'm like, I literally just want you to be like my hookup buddy for the night, and then peace, never seeing you again. So it's your intent with what you're doing with it. If you are looking for a boyfriend out of it, maybe take things slow. Take a while to maybe even get to the kiss part. Like, I don't even know. Like, just know your intent when you're doing it. Don't ever feel bad too. Like, if it was a guy and you're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have like had that one night stand with him. Like, I still want to get to know him too. Like, after that, even if you had that one night, like after that, you can still take things slow. Like, there's
Yeah.
no like boundaries that were really set quite yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I totally think it's like, you know, when you're going out just to hook up with someone, and you know when you're going out for like a boyfriend. But also, I think with it, what's interesting with us, because it's like how me and my boyfriend started dating, how you date now, and if I was single, how I would date if
Yeah.
I was single. We don't like just go on a date and meet someone.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like let's say you've been hanging out with a guy and you see them out a million times in bigger groups, at the gym, like whatever it may be, like you see them, you hang out with them. If you sleep with them on your first one-on-one date, is that really sleeping with them on the first date? You've known them for months.
Yeah.
Do you get like,
100%.
so I think that's where like the way, like, let's say, like, you right now talking to boys, where there's, like, gray area, because it's like, yeah, it was your first date, but, like, you've known them
Well, yeah,
for
there
a
is that
long
one
time.
Okay, there's that one guy when I was at the Domains.
Yes.
So there's a scenario like that where it's like I literally was meeting you for the first time ever, and I met up with a guy at a bar, and guys was having the time of my motherfucking life, like
Time of her life.
time of my life. I'm like texting Taylor. I'm like, this guy is so cool. Like we're having the time of our life. Like I'm loving this.
It's a Thursday night. She's plastered at the Domains.
Oh, I'm plastered, and I'm like texting like my friend Rachel too. I'm like, Rachel, like this guy is so cool. Like looking back on him, I'm like, Sam, shut up. You know, like,
He's not cool.
Yeah, no. It was just like the front he was putting up.
Well, and it's like it's the first day of buying you all your drinks and taking you out and showing you a good time is fun and all. And then you have to talk after, and it's like,
Yeah, I know. So yeah, like in that type of scenario, like I'm having a good time out. Why ruin the good time? Like I just let the night flow into what it was.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I
and
don't think it's that like. I don't think it's bad. Like, if it's the vibe, I don't see the reason to purposely kill the vibe because you think in your head it's bad to on the first date.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, if you're having a good old time, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to, like, stop yourself just because you think, like, there's, like, a rule that you shouldn't, or, like, someone's gonna think you're, like, a slut. That's dumb.
Yeah, no, I can't stand that word, slut. I can't. But also, keep in mind, guys, I'm not, like, going out here doing this every weekend. But, like...
Especially not now. Off
Yeah.
birth control.
Yeah, off birth control. I ain't doing that anytime
no
soon.
can do.
But, actually, we can get into that question. What are you doing now for safe sex if you no longer take birth control?
My boyfriend lives 1,000 miles away. So that's my answer.
Yeah, and mine is self-control. It's not happening for a little bit, letting my body adjust. And 2, condoms. And then so obviously, like I said, I'm raw. No, I'm turkeying it. I'm turkeying it. Oh my god.
Going cold turkey.
I'm going cold turkey. I'm not raw dogging it. I can't believe I was just about to say that. Oh my god.
It's gonna be a great clip for that.
Yeah, everyone's gonna laugh. Fuck. Anyways,
so my boyfriend's 1,000 miles away, so that's my number one form of birth control. It's a really good one. You know, send your boyfriend halfway across the country. It works really well.
and then condoms.
Yeah, condoms for this first period of like irregular cycles, and after that I really want to do I think it's called natural cycles, like the cycle tracking where you take your temperature and you know when you're ovulating. It's like 90% effective. So I'm gonna like really get into that.
Yeah. And I feel like if I'm stressing myself out with that, I may look into like an IUD or something.
I am gonna look into a copper IUD. The pain of it scares the living shit out of me, but so does having a kid, so pick your battles. But
Facts.
But so I will look into that. But both of us want to kind of let our body settle this no birth control thing before doing another birth control.
Yeah.
Even though an IUD is not hormonal, like it still messes with like your period and stuff like that. So I just want to be, we want to be all natural.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah.
All right, next one. Would you ever do a threesome? Dun, dun, dun. What?
I almost spit out my water.
Yeah, no. So straight to
No.
the point, no. I would not. And you know what?
The jealousy and rage that would consume my body.
Okay, here's the thing. Like, I could put not even. I would just say I could potentially do it with 2 guys, but not even.
Ew!
That would give me like I can't.
That would give me the ick.
Like I cannot stare at my like boyfriend like hooking up with a guy.
That
like,
would
I
give me
can't.
the ick. And I think it'd be like way too much.
Way too much.
Like that seems like
Good.
like painful.
You know what? No judgment to any of my girlies or boys listening here.
Honestly,
If that's your fancy, and you fucking have the time of your life, do it.
look, I wish I had
I wish
the
I was kinky like that.
I wish I had the confidence. I wish I had the balls because that's probably dope. I'm way too much of a jealous bitch. You're telling me I'm gonna watch my boyfriend like kiss someone? I'd
Also-
rather jump off a bridge.
Also, I'm a good fucking time alone. You don't need
Yeah.
somebody else there.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. That's
No.
what.
Yeah, I really don't think so. I can see more so. Like, there's a lot of, this gives me, like, do you know who, like, Lena the Plug and Adam 22 are?
No.
You don't know who they are? Like, the No Jumper people?
No.
Okay, so they do a podcast. Lena the Plug, they're, like, I mean, I don't know if, like, porn stars is the right word, but they, like,
Definitely
do that,
not.
right? They, like, do that. Very famous on the internet. They were on Bradley's podcast. Anyways.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about
He
now.
has like a rap podcast, whatever. So they have a podcast where every guest that comes on, they have like a threesome with them, and it's like part of the podcast, and it's on OnlyFans. So like it's an exclusive.
That's really weird.
It's really niche, and I bet they make millions of dollars.
Oh,
Because it's like all
100%.
their guests are like people that like do that too.
Okay.
So that's like what they do, and I'm like, that's like cool for you, I guess. And they have like no attachment to it, and they're dating, they're married, like they have a kid, like they're like married. And it's like, I just don't understand how you do that. But I see it more so working out for people that like have like aren't in a couple, and it's kind of just all like randoms and for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because girl, my jealousy.
Yeah, I don't
couldn't
think
be
I could
me.
do it.
I'm like too awkward. No,
I
I'm
just
too
like
awkward.
okay, it's just not my like. What's the word? I'm not like sexually attracted to females, so like I just don't think like I don't know, like I just don't think I could do it. Like if it was two guys, maybe, but like I don't know if I could do it.
No, I could. I'd rather be another girl than a dude.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like you would just like beat the. I'm not going into detail about.
Okay, whatever. All right, next one, and this is another good one. Have you ever faked an orgasm? Dun dun dun. I don't think I've ever faked one.
I think
but
I've exaggerated.
Yeah. But I also have. I'm like straight up. Like if a guy like looks at me and is like, "Oh my god, have you finished yet?" I'm like, "No." Like, why are you even asking me that? Like that question pisses me off more than anything.
I've never been asked that, but I realize now. I mean, obviously, I was super young. Like my ex-boyfriend was horrible, but we were like 16, so like I guess I can't hold it against the guy. But like it definitely was like I feel like maybe exaggerated.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it was
probably.
never like a distinct like I'm faking this right now.
Yeah, my thing is like
I feel like that would just like crush his heart.
Yeah, I know. Like I've been asked like a few times like if I have, and I'm like I hate that question because it's like I'm obviously like trying to, and maybe like the sex isn't like the best, so it's like
You just
don't
ruined it.
I'm like you just ruined it by even asking.
Now I have to start over.
Now I like don't even want to. Like why are you asking me right now? Oh my goodness! Like why do boys? I'm literally gonna make a series. I've been doing this series on Snapchat, and is why do boys? And like anything that's like happening in the present, I'll take a photo of it. I'm like why do boys? And that's part of it. Why do boys? Don't ask that. But yeah, for sure. And I definitely think like it's something that is not talked about as much as it should be, that like it's not as common for females to orgasm. Like orgasm, oh my god, I can speak. Orgasming every single time, for me at least, is not something that like occurs a lot. Obviously, Taylor, like you're in a relationship, so it may be a little bit different. But for me, like I've never been
random people. I'd say no.
Yeah, like it's just like harder with a random person. Like it definitely like is not as intimate, and it's a little bit hard for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty chilling right now.
She be chilling.
Alright,
You guys
alright.
good sex life. Must be nice. All right, next question: does size matter?
Yeah. No. Yes.
I would say yes. In terms of like too big, I can't. Sometimes too big, can't do it. It hurts.
Yeah.
Like, but also too small. But I've never really experienced a too small. I've never experienced a too small. I've experienced way too many too bigs, and I'm like, too big. Can't. It hurts.
I've done a too small.
Oh no! This poor guy. Poor guy suffering out there.
He was like friend zone like the next day, so it's fine.
Oh.
Not even like just because of that. I'm not like a shallow bitch. Like so many more things were like friend zoned like the next day.
Oh, poor guy.
We were really good friends.
Okay, there we go.
Like we were like really good friends after, like what like brother type vibes, like literally like such good friends after. It was literally like it was actually kind of funny because he was kind of like still kind of going with it, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not on that page. Like we're homies. Like, and then it was like, okay, yeah, homies, and it was like donezo from that point forward.
Do you ever? Okay, this is I'm gonna put a question in here because I want to ask you.
Okay.
Because like I'm gonna give my answer too.
Okay.
But does ever like too big like hurt so bad that like you are dreading the exact like moment you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'm just like I don't want to be here right now. This hurts so bad. Cause yeah, like that's definitely happened to me.
Well,
and I'm
for
like,
me, that's like, I feel like I am forgetting that we're like on a fucking podcast.
yeah, this is definitely out of our comfort zone right now, ladies. So
I'm like, I feel weird. I feel like that could happen like sometimes often if I'm already like done.
yeah, 100%.
And I'm like, hurry up.
Yeah, no,
I'm over it.
yep. Okay,
But
that's
it's
also.
like that's when you got sometimes you gotta take one for the like there's two people, you know. Gotta
Here's
like,
another
do your
question
part.
then: does time matter?
Yes. Hear me out. People are talking about hours and hours.
Oh, the longest time I've had sex is 3 hours.
That like
I
literal
don't know
sex,
how.
like literal,
yes,
No, I'd rather die.
no, but like I enjoyed it.
No,
But it has to be with the right person.
Hear my like I see 3 hours, but like not all of it's actual.
Like it's
Like
every
this.
like yeah, like stopping, going, like it was just like 3 hours of just yeah.
I could like kind of see that, but like yeah, but like that seems like a little bit too much.
I've only ever done that really once. It was with my ex-boyfriend. It all of a sudden just turns like 3 a.m. and we were like, holy shit, it's like 3 a.m. right now.
10 minutes
Yes, perfect.
is like fine.
Perfect. 10 minutes, all I need.
And then like the other times, you know, like you do like
Yeah.
but like on an everyday basis.
And then sometimes like when it gets past like that clock in my head, I'm like, okay, like let's hurry this up along. Like I'm good. So that's like me too. Is 10 minutes is a great time.
I think it's yeah.
And honestly, then sometimes like even too for the guy, like if it ends up being like 2 minutes, like that's totally okay. I don't know why you need to be embarrassed about it.
But you should compensate.
Yeah, 100%. Let's talk about that real quick. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, no. Next one. Dun dun dun. This is something new to us, or at least for me. Masturbation. This is literally.
Jesus!
I know. We'll go really quick into it. Masturbation. ... That's all she left in the question box. Masturbation. ... Let me just say this. I don't know why it took me so long for this to be something that is new in my life, but it's new.
I wish I was more comfortable with it.
Yeah, 100%.
This is so uncomfortable for me to talk about. I
Come
don't know.
on, just go for it. Like we gotta talk about this at some point.
I
For the girlies.
For the girlies. Like.
I knew she was gonna hate me for this question.
Yeah, well, because it's just really awkward, even though it's like real life.
It's not. It's
My boyfriend lives 1,000 miles away, and you know, things gotta get done sometimes.
yeah. That's that. Well, yes. Okay, so like we're on the. Okay, but here's the thing. Like, yeah, you have a boyfriend 1,000,000 miles away, but I also don't even have a boyfriend. Sometimes it's really hard to just like find someone, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does happen, but not like I'm not an expert on this topic. So
It's
maybe
also
one
not
day.
that, like often for like it's not like a common thing for me.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. All right, next one. This one's directed towards me. I feel attacked. No, I'm kidding.
Thank God.
No, but this one's funny. Sam, have you ever brought a guy back while Taylor has been home?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like, is that not normal? Like, do people not do that?
we don't like share a room.
Yeah, we don't share a room. Like, but I go back to my room. Like, we'll go out, and if like I'm with a guy, like he'll come back as well,
I mean,
and we'll all sit on the couch together. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, like David stays here and we're in the
Yeah,
same
I know.
house. Like, what's
Yeah.
the difference?
Yeah, no, there's no really big difference. I think it's only happened like, I feel like I've only
Twice?
yeah, like twice. I've only ever brought in a guy back, which like I feel like listening to this podcast right now, you guys probably think like I've brought in back
No,
like
Sam
20
gets
guys.
0 play.
I get 0, no fun in this household. So yeah, I think there's only been like 2 guys.
Yeah.
And we've been living together for like
Yeah,
a
then
year.
other time she just like walks in at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
I'm like,
8 a.m.
hello.
I'm like,
Good morning.
at our old place, like I wouldn't bring my keys, and you had to use a fob to get into the apartment, and I'd like FaceTime her at like 8 a.m. I'm like, open the fucking door. I'm standing in his clothes outside. I don't really. Okay, here's my thing too with like one night stands or just like in general going to a guy's place after being out. I hate not sleeping in my bed. I will do everything in my power to make it back to my bed at the end of the night, whether it's 4 a.m. and I've sobered up, whatever. Like I'm going to be waking up in my bed. Like I cannot stand waking up in somebody else's bed, feeling all gross from the night out, dry mouth, cotton mouth, and
Makeup half on.
makeup half on. Like, it's not a good time. It's not a good place to be in. So I will do anything in my power to get home.
Yeah, that's how it would be too. Because
Yeah.
even like sleepovers, like a sleepover at like a girlfriend's house, like you fall asleep on their couch or like you just fall asleep in their house, like just with like a friend. That even I hate. I don't like sleepovers.
All right, here's a goodie. Most embarrassing sex story. I have a good one. I'll just say it right now if you want me to. Mine was, okay, so my 2 ex-boyfriends were back to back, and they were both 3 years long. And at that time, I had only hooked up with 2 people. So, like, my first ex and then my other ex. So, like, I had no experience with any other guys. And I would say about a month into my relationship with my second ex, I accidentally, mid-sex, called him the wrong boyfriend's name.
Oh, no.
Yeah, really bad.
Not good.
Not good at all. Like, it was bad, embarrassing. And, like, we obviously just, like, kept going, but it, like, killed the fucking vibe. And I've never, ever in my life called someone the wrong name. Only that one time. And it was really bad.
Yeah, I feel like mine is just being, like, walked in on. It happened with my ex-boyfriend twice, the time I already said. And then a different time with, like, his cousin, because my ex-boyfriend was just, like, I could never just wait till, like, the mood was right.
Yeah. I also... No, I actually don't have another embarrassing story.
So I'd say those are, like, mine.
Yeah. Crazy. We're so crazy around here. Talking stages. Let's get into it. All right. Less playful. So
Thank God. This is, like, I can, like, relax. I can, like,
you're fucking stressed. You're probably sweating right now, are you?
No.
You're not. You're, like,
No.
geeking out a little bit. All right. So much time for that shitty guy. What advice do you have?
What was it?
So much wasted time on that shitty guy.
Okay. It's not wasted because you learn something,
Of
right?
course.
One day you'll laugh about it.
Mhm.
Every situation with a guy that I've like stressed over now I think is funny.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And also depending how old you are, like I don't know, like you just never know like what's gonna happen and like what direction it's gonna put you in.
Yeah.
Like it honestly like, doesn't really matter.
I'm really big. Like, I'm not very, like, religious or any of, like, believing in things, but, like, I'm very big on, okay, I'm, like, kind of, like, saying the opposite of what I'm trying to say, but I'm very big in believing that things that happen in your life for a reason,
Right.
Whereas, like, okay, I broke up with my ex of dating for 3 years, and then I ended up dating one of his friends. Like, yeah, that's not the best situation or scenario, but I believe that happened for a reason, that I was in that friend group and then I ended up meeting that other guy. And it's just like everything that's ever happened in my life, I feel like you need to understand that it happens for a reason. And like Taylor said, you learn so much from those experiences. Now, obviously, it depends on how much time you're wasting from a guy too. Like if it's like 3 years of your life.
I wasted like honestly 2 years, like
Yeah.
not consecutive, but obviously in the gaps in between, he was like a topic of my mind.
Yeah.
And was it wasted? Yeah. It also showed me a lot about the friendships I had. It showed me a lot about what is a healthy versus not healthy relationship. It in a way probably manifested my relationship now because David was the guy I told him not to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually didn't have a reason to worry. But he just had a psychic like inkling from the beginning because he would be like, "I don't want you talking to that kid," and I'm like, "Why?" Like I didn't even like know
Think
him.
about
like
it.
I didn't know him. We didn't talk. We weren't friends. And he was just like, "I don't know. I just like don't want you talking to him." And I was
Yeah.
like literally why? Like don't know what you're talking about. Like I don't talk to him. Like we're just like not friends. I don't know him. And then we broke up and then we started dating. So I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I guess he knew something that I didn't. So in a way, he manifested, I guess, the relationship I have now. But all in all, I just like learned.
Yeah, I feel like too, like with that mindset that you're having, that you feel like you wasted time, you're probably feeling that because you're going through like that breakup stage and you just feel like the whole entire world is crashing down on you and you don't really know what to do. But I promise yourself, give yourself a few months, you're gonna look back on it, you're probably gonna laugh at it, and you're gonna realize so much self-growth happened during that time in your life. So you're good to go, my girl.
Yeah.
Next question. How do you know if you're really into someone or you're just bored? I feel like I'm definitely in that stage in my life right now where I'm not like, okay, yes, I am looking for a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I've been single for like 4 years now. So yeah, I'm looking for a boyfriend, but it's been kind of hard where I'm talking to guys and I'm like, am I actually like into him, or is he just giving me attention because I'm bored? And
Right.
I've definitely like noticed that quite a bit with like a few guys. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm just bored. You need to like really get to know the person. Like, are you just, for me at least, it's like you're on cloud nine because you're getting attention from a guy and then you're all excited about it. So you need to kind of keep hanging out with them. I guess for me, this is what it takes, is like hanging out with them a little bit more, learning more about who they are. And then if you like actually are like really into it, then yeah, like continue to pursue it. But if you're not, and there's like little things that pop up, like not like red flags, but like little icks or just like turnoffs, then you're probably just bored because, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you like actually enjoy like alone quality time, like if going to like the grocery store together is like fun to you, or just like hanging out, like you should be able to like enjoy time together, but also you're probably overthinking it. And I feel like it maybe could start that way. Maybe you were just talking to them because you were bored and now you like them.
Yeah.
Like I could see how that could easily.
This next one kind of rings into like what you're saying right now. I'm in a dilemma. I want a boyfriend, but I'm afraid to get hurt. I just recently got happy again. And I feel like
You can't give someone that much power over you, one.
yeah. And I feel like too, it's like you're just getting happy again. I feel like this is something that I really struggled with those two boys back to back, is like, oh wow, I just got happy again and I can go into my next relationship. But it's like you kind of do need like that independence aspect in your life. Looking back on my two relationships back to back, I wish I didn't, but at the same time I learned so much about myself, so much self-growth after those two were done. But you do need a good chunk of time of like self-growth and like kind of figuring out who you are, because we are at such a young age. Obviously I don't know how old you are giving me this question, so I don't know if like you've already gone through that part of your life or whatnot, but I do think your own happiness is more important than being in a relationship and also relying off of that person's happiness.
Yeah, but there's also like, take it slow. Like just because you're scared to get hurt doesn't mean ghost them. You can hang out with them and text them without being exclusive and being boyfriend and girlfriend to the point that he can hurt you. Like, don't give it any power to hurt you. Like, just hang out with him. Keep your roster full of
we love
men.
a good roster.
And if he doesn't work, you just move on to the next. And it's like a good thing if it doesn't work out fast, because you know and you got it over with. Like, instead of like, oh my god, I trusted this guy and he hurt me right away. It's like, no, good, showed me your true colors, I'm outie. Who's number 2 on the list? Yeah. Like, who cares?
Agreed. Now we're gonna get into relationships. Fuck the talking stage. Let's get those boys.
Fuck the talking stage.
All right, how to spice things up in a long distance relationship. I'm gonna give this one to Taylor.
So I like little like cute things, like making time for FaceTime calls is really, really important. And like long FaceTime calls as if it were a date. Like, plan it out. Be like, yeah, like this is something that we like in my relationship we kind of fell out of doing a little bit, and it shows and you feel it, and it's like, okay, we need to go back to that. Like being like, let's eat dinner like on the phone, or like watch a show. Like we literally like play a show at the same exact time and just like set the phone up and on FaceTime and watch it, so you could like talk about the show and watch the show together. Stuff like that is like fun, like just because it makes it seem like as important as like a real date. If you were like, let's go to get dinner, to be like, let's eat dinner on the phone, like, and just talk while we eat dinner. And then like always talking, but having like real conversations. Like, it's not gonna work if it's just like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, okay, talk to you tomorrow. Like, I don't know. Like, you gotta actually be
present.
Yeah, like in it. And then I don't know. Like, I feel like it's so hard to be like, what am I doing that's like making it like work? I mean, making time to see each other, you do have to see each other. Like, we try to see each other it doesn't really go over 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, 2 months is kind of like okay, it's been a long time, one of us should go see each other. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just like, when it works, it works.
Yeah, I do think
I think if
too.
it's like
the effort that each person's putting in.
If it's getting to like, you're like, I don't like this is boring, like, maybe it's not working.
Yeah.
And like, obviously sometimes you're gonna feel like, oh, this sucks, like we haven't seen each other, because like like let's say when I was like moving, like it was hard, and like he was moving into summer baseball, and like I was moving here, and it was a lot, and obviously your phone takes like last priority to like be on a phone call when you're like so busy. So then it's like, oh my god, we haven't talked in like 4 days, like so, but like you're just gonna like that's gonna happen.
Yeah. I love that advice. Next one, because it's kind of like I haven't been in a relationship forever, so it's like really hard for me to give advice. But when is the appropriate time to take a break in a relationship?
I took a break in my relationship because I just knew, for me personally, I needed to know that it was like right, like kind of like you don't know what you have until it's gone type of thing. And it was just a personal choice that I knew was right. I feel like I kind of almost a little bit might have checked out subconsciously, like before it even happened. And if right now you're asking that question, I feel like it is the right time.
Yeah.
Like I'd say like if you're thinking about it,
yeah. I think the biggest thing you need to kind of check in on with yourself is your own independence. Do you kind of have like your own friend group, your own life outside of your boyfriend? Do you not rely off of like your own happiness outside of him? And this could like also go with like breakups as well. Like sometimes like the relationship maybe is just not working.
It's not
like,
working.
Like when you take a break, you're kind of breaking up. Like you don't necessarily know if you're getting back together.
Right.
So for me at least, those were like the kind of like big things that I realized. And also like into with like a toxic relationship, like noticing like those toxic things where it's like he's controlling, like you don't really have a social life outside of him, like you can't go outside doing things without him, like those types of things. Like if you just, I guess at the end of the day, don't have that independence, you need to take that break so you can build that independence, or realize maybe he was suffocating you.
Yeah, or if you have a lot of other things going on that maybe need all of your attention and you can't give your attention for a relationship, I think that's also fair. But I think overall, if you're continuously thinking like maybe we need to take a break, then you probably do.
Yeah, like don't hold it off any longer.
Yeah.
Because if you end up holding it off like a lot, it's gonna probably end up just being a breakup. Like it might not even
and
be
if
a break.
it's meant to work, like it will work.
Yeah.
It will work. And like when you're on the break, like see other people. Like literally see other people. I feel like you have to. Like see other people. Don't worry about like, I mean, obviously don't just be like, fuck my ex, but like, don't really worry what they're going to think about it. Because at the end of the day, you're not together. See other people. Yeah. So that way you're like really knowing like what's best for you.
Yeah. All right. Moving into ex-boyfriends. How to handle a best friend getting back with a toxic ex. And I've definitely experienced this a lot with my best friends back home, where I've tried my absolute best to help them get out of a relationship, but they always just kept flying back to their ex-boyfriend that was extremely toxic. And it will come to the point where you can't continue to waste all your energy on trying to get them to realize that the relationship that they're in is not beneficial for them.
Yeah. So I was like one of those people really stuck in a toxic relationship. And what killed me all the time was people calling like me stupid, or people calling me names rather than being like, oh, he sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, you're stupid, like you're this, and not like he's stupid, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And because if you really alienate your friend that is in that situation and like cut them off, or like just like alienate them because of what they're going through, how would that give them the opportunity to leave? Because now that's all they have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think there does become a point where you can't be the one like trying to say something or help every 2 seconds, because clearly they don't want it. And in my situation, it's almost like I feel like I knew it was toxic. I was just scared. I was scared to break up with him because I didn't want everyone to be like, told you so.
Yeah.
Like, you're dumb. Like that. So I think putting a lot of pressure on someone doesn't help either, because that's what I was scared of. I was like, I'm going to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because like everyone told me I'm stupid and now we're breaking up. Whereas if I felt like kind of supported, it would have been probably easier, rather than me feeling like, well, shit, like everyone hates me now because I'm dating this dude. So how am I going to break up with him? Because like everyone hates me.
Yeah. I mean, I see it from that end as well. I see it from the ends of like I've had friends and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's just only so much energy I can put into it. And you kind of, in a sense, from the person that's trying to help you, you kind of not feel backstabbed, but you kind of just feel like all that energy and all that stuff that you're all the advice that you're giving is just kind of pointless.
Right.
And it kind of ruins the friendship because every time you're hanging out, you're probably talking about the drama of the ex-boyfriend and how he's not treating her right and like all this stuff. And it's just like, it really drains a friendship as well. So I guess at the end of the day, what's like the advice we would give to like that girl that's struggling with the ex-boyfriend?
If it's the girl in the relationship?
She's the friend that has the friend with the toxic ex.
Okay, I think like make it known, like obviously say something. But I think there's just a fine line between don't be too much. And I think it's fine to back off in the sense and like if she's coming to you every day crying about it, then you need to set a boundary. Mm-hmm. If it's something in her life that she deals with in private and doesn't really bring to you, then there's not much you can do.
Exactly.
Honestly, because she's keeping it in her life. I do think, like, if she's coming to you every single day crying, or, like, they break up every day and you have to deal with it, you need to set a boundary because that's really fucking annoying. But if it's her own personal business, there's probably not much that you can change. And if it's, like, totally outside your friend group, like, your friendship, and you trust that they're a smart person, it'll probably end eventually. Like, I feel like it'll probably end. Like, if you had a boyfriend and I didn't like it, and like whatever, like you're the friend, you stay with him, right? Like you stay with him, you don't care. It's like you're a smart girl, like you're not gonna marry him.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
I'm fucking sure. I hope I'm never in that situation.
Yeah. Also, like here's my thing, my big one. I mean, my toxic ex put a big like front up, so my family did like him. But like, if no one around you likes him, you need to like smack yourself in the face and realize
it's really hard to realize
if
though.
No one else likes him, that's a problem. Like if my family didn't like my boyfriend, no.
Yeah.
Like my parents adore David.
Facts. I can't really put much input on like,
yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, let's go into the next one. How to have a friendship with a past ex. Dun, dun, dun.
I can't. I could have a friendship with someone, like I said, like made out, like almost hooked up one time, and then we're like, nah, and then we can be friends. I can do that. To me, that's like totally fine.
I can have a friendship with past ex. One of them, my first one, which I would say, like every time I go home, we're super civil. We have conversations. We catch up because like both my ex-boyfriends are in my friend group back home, so like I kind of have to be civil with them. So I wouldn't say like being like good ass friends, but being civil with them is really important,
right? Because
if you're gonna be like besties with them, like
that's weird.
That like things might rekindle. And two, if you're gonna try to talk to another guy, that guy's gonna be super fucking insecure about it.
And what if they have a girlfriend? You can't be like. Yeah. I think full on, and I'll stand by this. You should not be hanging out in a relationship with your ex, like frequently.
No, yeah, not
like,
at all.
That's not. So
I just think you need to be civil though. Like you 100%. Should be able to hold conversations, be mature about it, because especially in high school or college, if you're not civil with your ex-boyfriend, it's going to be so fucking hard to get invited to parties. Like, I went the longest fucking time with my ex-boyfriend not being able to go to fucking parties or gatherings because he was there and all the bros didn't want me there because there was going to be drama. And then you miss out on all the fun fucking things. And you don't want that. So, girls, stand up, be civil with those boys even if you fucking hate them. So that way you can still go to these gatherings with your friends and
get another and fuck their friend.
Yeah, fuck their friend. No. Just kidding. Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think I could ever be like close friends with an ex to the point of like you text them. Like you Snapchat them. No.
Civil is all we're going for.
Yeah, I mean, not me. I like dislike my ex-boyfriend. I wouldn't want to be in a room he was in. But in the standpoint of like, let's say your friends were all in like a friend group and that's who you're hanging out with, then you're gonna have to like deal with it.
Yeah, agreed. Last one, OnlyFans. This is the last category, and there was only really like one of the same, like it was the same question across the board of OnlyFans, and is what are we doing on there? You guys look up to us, you admire us, but yeah. So basically, I kind of want to just address this because I feel like I get this question all the time. And OnlyFans, it gets the worst rap ever, I feel like, in my opinion. And you know what? I realized for a long time, like, men sexualize the shit out of us on social media. Like, if you go look at my buffalo chicken dip recipe, I'm being, like, sexualized like no other for wearing a baggy t-shirt and my booty shorts. all that, and I'm letting them talk about me like that for free? For fucking free?
For
You're
free?
kidding?
For free?
So I might as well monetize on that opportunity and do it over on OnlyFans as well. No, by no means is it necessarily the same content on OnlyFans. I will say that there is bathing suits, there's lingerie, but it is no nudity whatsoever. I'm just taking the opportunity I can to monetize my content with men. I'm going to get that bread, okay? That is it. Get that fucking coin, okay? So there is no reason to judge another girl for doing OnlyFans. You don't know what's going on. I mean, obviously you can if you want to subscribe, pay that coin to purchase our photos.
Subscribe.
Go buy, go do it if you really want to. But I will say this, that if you have, well, I don't have a big guy following on either platform. I have like around 20% male, but on TikTok, men don't follow us on TikTok because if you go to our page, it's like a fitness, wellnessy girl vibe. So why would a guy want to follow us on there?
Right.
But I do get a lot of traction on TikTok of men, and they'll comment on my stuff, they'll like my stuff, but they won't follow.
They're always watching.
They're always watching, but they won't follow. So I might as well take that opportunity of those guys, make them go to my OnlyFans, have them pay to see my content, okay? So that's where we're at with OnlyFans.
Yeah,
And
listen, if someone's gonna like yell something gross across the street, like, then I might as well make money for people sexualizing me. Like, if I'm gonna put up with the fact that I'm gonna, like, no matter what I wear, like I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now, like I bet you somewhere someone would say a nasty comment to me. I'm gonna make money off of it. I'm young, I'm hot. I like, to me it's just like not that deep. Like, your explanation was good, but I think a lot of people, like, I realized, I think at first it was like, I want to like really explain this, and then I was like, actually,
It's not that deep.
I actually feel like I'm just young and hot, and I'm like,
oh my goodness, my mom, like any adult would be, oh my God, if I had your fucking body at that age, like
that's
I
what
would have,
my dad
I
was like,
literally would have
I
been doing what you're doing.
I explained to my dad like how it worked. Not like, they obviously asked about it. Okay, they follow me on Instagram, so I had to give them a little overview of like, don't worry, I'm not like doing anything crazy. Like, your daughter's okay.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of like, so it's kind of just like this. And they were like, my dad was like, Sam, how do I do it? Like my dad was like, you're telling me like people can pay you for that? How the hell do I get on there? And I'm like, yeah, man, it's like you gotta, like, I'm only young and hot and on social media one time in my life, and I'm not gonna fumble the bag.
Yeah, of course. So
So that's,
take every opportunity as you would with a grain of salt,
and
just go
don't
for
judge,
it.
like just don't like judge people, because who cares? My thing is like, who cares? Like, I'm not trying to be like a teacher one day, so I'm fine.
Yeah, agreed. So that's our take on it. Hopefully you guys understand.
Yeah, it's just like, I just personally don't care at all.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've been through hell and back on social media. People judging me for XYZ.
People are gonna judge you for,
I'm gonna do whatever the hell I
everything.
want.
Like, I got judged in high school because someone was saying I'm like prude, but then if I do an OnlyFans, like,
Then I'm a slut.
whore. Like, you can't win anyways.
Bro, I was being called a slut because I would make a buffalo chicken dip in my fucking kitchen.
Like I said, you're literally never gonna win, so take every opportunity you can to make money.
Exactly. Oh my God, that's like the best quote ever. You're never gonna win, so take every opportunity you can to make money. Done.
And
End it.
Listen,
there.
like, the world can explode tomorrow. Like, do you know that TikTok where it's like people judge me because I have OnlyFans, and it like zooms out of the earth to the galaxy?
Yeah.
It's like,
100%.
like, we should make it like, oh, like, you really have OnlyFans? It's like, bro, you're on a floating speck of dust. Yes.
It's just people get
Yes.
like, especially with us having social media, like, or even in general, like, people just like capitalize on so much on like the really small things that are going on, just so that way they can feel like they're more valued than us by bringing us down, if that makes sense. So I don't know. That's my take. I'm not
like,
gonna lie.
almost everyone does it.
Yeah, almost
I find
everyone.
it hard to find a girl that does it. Like, it's more
It's really normal now.
uncommon. Like, I think paid content overall is just going to become a bigger thing. Like,
Instagram's doing it now.
and Instagram's doing
exclusive content.
Snapchat has Snapchat exclusive. Patreon has always been a thing where people on YouTube, because YouTube has like community guideline stuff where you can't post certain things, so you can post it on like Patreon and people pay for it. Exclusive content is not a new thing by any means. It just so happened that OnlyFans was meant to be like all those other sites where it's just extra content for your following. It went down a more sexual route, but I think within the next year or two, it almost won't really be like that, and it'll just be another way for users to pay for exactly what it says it is, exclusive content you're not getting for free online. Because at the end of the day, we post so much content literally for $0. So if I can post some content for money, because I'm posting like 10 times a day. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie, I have to pee so bad.
So we'll end it here.
So what?
We'll end it here. All good.
Yeah, we're done, right?
Yeah, we're done. And it's been long.
Yeah, it is so long. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm gonna piss my motherfucking pants.
And I'm hungry. I want lunch.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Show it some love on Instagram. Engage with our Instagram, our podcast Instagram, because I don't know, Instagram sucks. And
The app Instagram too.
Yeah. So show some love on there and let us
merch.
know that you loved this episode, because we'll do more of it and we'll get more into our lives.
I don't know how much more we can go after that, but I guess
I'll go more. I'll get deeper for you.
Okay,
right.
well,
Bye guys.